Yeah, hi folks, and welcome to the Fundumik channel. And I'm in the forest again, and it is relatively warm. Spring is on the way, and I thought I would show you a knife that I really like. Well, maybe it's a little bit of love and hate, because there's no mistaking the fact that it is dead ugly. Because it's a knife you have heard of a lot, and I just want to give you my 5 cents about that. It's the Mora Garberg. It comes with just short of 150 millimeters long blade, with a polymeric resin handle which has a sort of a rubber coating on top. It comes in a thermoplastic sheath, and I got the version with the fire steel and the honing diamond strop, and well, that's it. The fire steel really works awesome. As you can see, the spine of the Garberg is rectangular. It is a 90-degree spine. The blade is the carbon version. It is made from UHPC steel, which is a tool steel with some alloys in it, comparable to A1 or it's a little bit between A1 and D2. It's not. It has alloys in it, and it is really tough blade. It's suitable for prying. It's got a full tang that is protruding out of the handle, which I also have used with a fire steel, and the temper is about 59 to 60 HRC, and it keeps on edge really well, because I have used it extensively as my go-to knife for really heavy tasks, always in my backpack, and it is comes dead sharp, with a Scandi grind with the tiniest of micro bevels, which is a really good asset to have. And well, that said, you all know the performance of the Garberg. If you don't have one already, I can really recommend it as a heavy-duty knife. It just does everything, and it is not overly thick, because Mora really got the heat treatment right. It's just awesome. I don't think it would break on anyone, even in the direst of circumstances. It's really a workhorse. So, but talk is cheap. I want to carve a little project with you. The knife is looking really military, and so I thought I'll show you something cute for a change. And we are carving a heart, a different kind of heart, from the one I showed you already. It's just a one of a kind, and I started with I couldn't show you really how I made it, but you've seen battoning before, so I battened a sensible thickness of birch, which is an awesome wood to carve in half. And now I start to flatten the surface on both sides. I'm using a chest grip in order to apply really powerful cuts, and like so. I like to, even if it's not absolutely necessary, I like to get the thickness as even as possible, because it offers you a good platform to work with. And now just simply use the edges, or maybe just some refining on the other side, because the battening surface is always tearing out a little bit of the fibers, so that's not as cool for. And now you just reduce like so. You forge. I'm a smith, you see. You make a tip, and like so. And now we are carving a little notch. Like so. If you always cut to the edges of the wood, you just remove like that. It's a lot easier. So start outside, on the other side, using the edges, because there's a lot less material to remove, and obviously that's the way to go. And just continue frequently changing direction, sides, until you get left with something like that. Then you make a cut towards the middle. Keep in mind, always use the edges of the wood to remove material. Going to the other side, like that. So you're left with something like that. You can just simply snap it off. And now take care not to cut yourself. You can use a scooping motion like that. You're left with this. Obviously, if you're a beginner, you can also use a cut like that to carve away from you. So you already made a little recession, but I want to refine it a little bit more. So I put on a notch. Keep in mind, if I carve towards myself, watch your fingers by the way, I lock my elbows to the side so the knife isn't going anywhere. Also, I put my finger on the blade to be able to feel where it is going, and don't apply a lot of force. It's not a contest. Like that, getting there. I'm changing to the other side. And now I remove a little bit of the material. There's a little bit of splintering going on, and well, and now I refine the edges a little bit with a scooping motion. And you have to watch the grain, because must not be that the grain is going this way on one side and that way on the other side. Now I just refine the edges a little bit, and I like to put on a little bit of a curvature, like so, because it looks a little bit more dynamic, and of course we all want a dynamic heart. It's I'm just putting on a little tip. If you want to wear it as a pendant or something like that, or give it to a person who wants to wear it as a pendant, make sure it's not going, it's not too pointy, because it might hurt. Well, a heart can hurt, but well. And what I want to say is, you've seen, that's a big bastard of a knife for something like that, but it is really possible. And carving is good for your mental health, and just like that you are able to get your mind off things, and make something beautiful with a dead ugly knife. It is but this is what I want to say: the knife isn't just a really great contender for all that ugly stuff like starting a fire, and it's a really great all-round knife. It's also suitable for surprisingly delicate work. I could make a far smaller heart with it with no problem. What I want to do now is I want to put on a little hole, and I take my SAK I've got as a backup, and I take the awl because the tip, that's the one point or the one thing with a Garberg that's maybe not that suited for delicate carving, is that it has a rather broad tip, which is awesome for skinning game, and it's in all-round applications it's really awesome, but for drilling a hole you might want to take a SAK with you. Well, a small one is actually really sufficient for that. It's also, of course, better suited for even more delicate carving. And if I would now want to put a little design on it, or some corrosing on this little work, that would be better for work like that. But as you have seen, the Garberg is perfectly suited for stuff like that too. And by the way, this is what I did. If you look at that, you see the tip is coming just now coming out. That's the reason why I put my hand on it, in order to feel where the tip is going, because I don't want to. I'm a lazy bum, so I don't want to work more than I have to. No. If you're drilling with the awl, don't do the mistake, especially if you are left with some little bit of a dubious wood. Then you don't want to apply too much pressure on it, and because it might crack on you. So, and you got a hole. You could put some sort of a brace ring or something like that into it, and that's about it. And You can use the tip for refining the edges of the hole a little bit, because it tends to be a little bit fussy. And if you remove some material from the edges, it is less likely to crack. That said, you can also stabilize it with epoxy or something like that, or just paint it with acrylic, maybe put a red paint on it, or use some linseed oil, and you get it with just a little bit of time. You got an awesome gift for your loved one, your wifey, or your husband, or what have you, and and it's perfectly possible with a big bushcraft knife. It is also a nice practice, and that's what I want to say, is use your shit, because in an emergency situation, and you know my stand towards that, it's not about the material you have, but what you can make from the material. And most certainly you will have an SAK on you, and if you can do stuff like that with an SAK, fine. If you got a Garberg in your maybe bug-out bag or what have you, or your adventure bag or something like that, and that's the knife you have, well, make do. It's not about the Garberg. If you got a knife with no full tang, you must be resourceful. That's the whole point with getting out, and you need to use the resources you can find. And if you don't have a knife on you, take a stone. Maybe it's even possible with a stone. I will plan to try it out in another video. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope we will meet again next time.